Hi, I'm Devon Spaulding, Manager for Electronic Channels here at the VM Group. The great reggae icon Dennis Brown once sang, "No man is an island, no man stands alone. Make each man your brother, and each man's dream your own." At VM, we believe in dreams, and we believe all dreams are worth pursuing. And that's what we're going to be talking about this afternoon. How we can make your member benefits help you to achieve your dreams towards financial well-being. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome again to Financial Fridayz. On this first Friday of the month, we present to you a special feature. And on this Friday, we're going to be talking about financial well-being and how your member benefits can help you to achieve your dream of financial well-being. I'm Devon Spaulding, Manager for Electronic Channels here at the VM Group. And this afternoon, I am pleased to have my co-worker, my esteemed team member from the Ligoni branch, Ms. Stacy-Ann Hamilton, to help you understand how you can navigate that journey towards financial well-being. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, I'm here. What took you guys so long for having me?
Thanks for joining us. Stacy, before we get started, there are many of your clients out there that's probably seeing you, perhaps not seeing you in a long while.
That is true.
So I want you to help us understand. Tell us a little bit more about Stacy.
Well, in a nutshell, I would say Stacy is a very passionate person. I am very goal-oriented. Whatever I set out to do, I will achieve it no matter what, hence the passion. I am located at the Ligoni branch. I've been with VMBS for a few years now, from 2016. I started as a teller, customer service, processing officer, now financial specialist. And now I'm here on Facebook Live with you.
Great. Thanks, Stacy. And by the way, guys, please feel free, as Stacy talks about this journey, please feel free to share your comments or your questions below. I know you're going to have a lot of questions based on what she's presenting. Make sure you note them. We'll be sure to answer them on set. Now, Stacy, let's talk about your passion. Let's talk about empowering members, because that's our passion here at the VM Group. Share with us the suite of services that we have here at the VM Group to fuel the passion of our members and potential members who want to be a part of the family.
All right, no problem. I hope you don't mind. I made a list because I didn't want to forget anything.
That's fine.
All right, so few of the benefits here at VMBS. We have higher interest rate on mortgage savings product, which is our IC for home product. We have low processing fees. That's on our loans, whether it be mortgage, auto loan, unsecured loans. We offer up to 100% financing on mortgage for self-employed persons, competitive interest rate on our mortgages, no fees for transaction done at a multi-link ABM or point of sale. We don't charge any dormancy fees. For example, we don't close your account at all. So say, for example, you have an account with VM for about 5 years or so, and you haven't made a deposit or a withdrawal in a while, that account is still here with the same amount of funds you left in it. So come on over and reactivate your accounts.
Awesome. So that's a whole lot to unpack right there. And I want to start by asking you about perhaps one of your most popular product that persons are asking about and want to know a little bit more about, the iSave for Home. Tell us a little bit more about this particular product and how it can help to fuel that dream towards home ownership.
All right, so for the iSave for Home, we basically advise customers to start saving in that product. It's a 1-year product with an interest rate of 3.5%. It's basically an account that you deposit to monthly. It's an account that you deposit to monthly, I'm sorry. So once you have that product, you qualify for up to 97% financing on your mortgage, 25% of valuation. So the valuation is done at Property Service. And 10% off insurance with our affiliate BCIC. So once you have that account, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you an approval in getting a mortgage, but it helps you to save for your deposit.
It's a good start.
To get the mortgage.
Great. And I know you have this buzz around renewing membership and reactivating dormancy.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about this excitement.
Well, like I mentioned before, if you had an account from you were smaller,
right.
For example, you were in primary school or even kindergarten.
And we have a lot of those.
We have a lot of those, and your parents open an account for you. The account is still here. Once they didn't close it, it's still here. You can come on over and reactivate the account. The funds are still in the account up until this day. So just give us a call, or you can stop by any of our locations, and we can get started with the reactivation.
Great. Again, thanks. If you're joining us on Facebook or Instagram Live, we're pleased to have you. Make sure you note your questions and your comments based on what Stacy is sharing with you. Maybe you're a saver, a long-time saver, a school saver, and you want to reactivate. We want to get you started again. We want to welcome you again to the VM family. Now, Stacy, we're living in unprecedented times. Out of our COVID experience, we may have a lot of persons who have taken on this task of self-employment or being entrepreneurs in Jamaica or anywhere in the world. How can you help a lot of our professionals to get started with the dream of home ownership? What advice would you give to those persons who want to start this dream but don't know what the first step is?
Well, the first step to home ownership, I would say, is to get pre-qualified, because a lot of persons have the idea that, oh no, I can't afford a house right now, or it's impossible to own a house right now.
Yes.
I don't see how I'm going to make that work. First, you need to know your status in terms of how much you can qualify for if you are going to do a mortgage. And if it's not the amount that you wish at the time, say, for example, you want to qualify for $20 million, but right now you qualify for 10. You can always start saving for that deposit as a cushion for the remaining amount of funds that you would not be able to borrow. But for right now, to pre-qualify, we basically ask for 9 to 5 persons that do regular 9 to 5 jobs. We ask for the last 3 pay slip, job letter, ID, TRN. We ask that you pay for a credit report, and we take it from there in terms of your assessment towards getting you pre-qualified and knowing your status as to how much you would qualify for if you're going to do a mortgage. And a lot of persons are surprised as to the amount they are pre-qualified for after the pre-qualification is done.
So you have a very good reason then for asking us for those documents,
yes,
so that we can know our financial standing. And then this is where perhaps where your iSave for Home comes in, because if we are falling short or if we are not yet there, then this is where you help us get started. Is that how the I say for home works?
That is correct.
Okay, great, awesome. So again, if you're joining us here at the VM Group, I want to welcome you. Thanks for sharing your lunchtime with us. We are sharing with you the passion that we have for our members and helping them towards their financial well-being, and we want to help you get there. Achieving your dream is very important to you, and it's very important to us. Remember to drop a comment or ask your questions. We'll be very privileged to answering them on set. Now, Stacy, tell me about this pre-qualification process. What are some of those key steps that a potential homeowner needs to do, those key steps that they need to take towards that pre-qualification process?
All right, so like I said before, when I provided the necessary documents that they would need to actually start the pre-qualification process. So after you're pre-qualified, we would generally provide you with a letter. The letter from Vmbs would say that this is the amount that you can get if you are supposed to do a mortgage with us. So you would basically take that letter to your realtor and basically start the process of looking for a property.
All right, great. So guys, you've heard it from Stacy. What are you waiting for? Get started. We'll take a break and we'll come right back after this break.
We all have big dreams and even bigger hills to climb. This life is one big road with many curves and winds. When you need a friend to guide you to the strength you have inside, VM will be your guide, always by your side. We're a firm foundation here to stay. Build you a brighter way, yeah. Transform your everyday. Turn your dreams to reality. VM makes you all you can be, yes. Transform your everyday. Transform your
VM
everyday.
Group. Transform your everyday. transform your everyday.
Hi, welcome back to Financial Fridays, and we're having a very interesting conversation here with Stacy-Ann Hamilton. She's a financial services specialist from our VM Ligonier branch, correct?
Yes.
And we're talking about the steps that are needed to fuel your dream towards financial well-being. And so we were having a good conversation previously about the steps that are needed. We talk about pre-qualification, we talk about the I Save for Home. And I just can't help but ask you again, Stacy, to emphasize for our listening and viewing audience again, what are those key steps that are needed, especially for those who are self-employed? We have a lot of self-employed members, but they've never taken that steps. And I want you to just slowly again enunciate what they need to do to get that dream going.
All right, so for self-employed persons, we normally ask for the self-employed persons to be depositing their earnings from their business in a bank account, because we are going to ask you for at least 1 year printout of that bank account that you're using to fuel, using for your business. So in a nutshell, Devon, for self-employed persons, it's a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Because it depends, we tailor the requirements depending on the type of business that they're doing.
Right.
So for example, a person that is operating a taxi, they wouldn't necessarily have registration documents for a person that has a company with a business with registration, in-house financials and all of that.
Right.
So for the taxi operator, we would ask them for 1 year financials, 1 year bank statement printout, and that will basically determine the amount they're earning for the month. So what we say to our self-employed members, we would say, no matter how much funds you are making for the day, deposit it in the account.
Right.
Have a constant trail of that money going into the account, because only then we can prove that, okay, he's earning X amount per month, so he would be able to afford a monthly payment for a mortgage of X amount.
Right.
Along with that, we would ask for their license. We would ask for to pull their credit reports as per usual as well. Would ask them to do an income verification letter, so that would basically validate how much they're taking from the business for their pay, personal pay.
Right.
Because a lot of persons, yes, you're running a business, but there's still maintenance of that business. So you wouldn't take everything for yourself. You have to put back into the business as well.
Right.
So how much do you take for your salary per month?
All of that assessment has to be done. All right. Got it. Awesome. So thanks for that. We have a question that's coming in from Anika. She is self-employed, and she's asking, Stacy, how can I become a VM member?
Well, that is pretty easy. So in order to become a VM member, the minimum to open an account is $1,000. Mind you, self-employed persons don't necessarily have to have a business account. Just a side note, they can use their personal account for savings. So $1,000 minimum to open the account. You would need two character references, proof of address, ID TRN, and depending on her business, then we would ask for documentation based on the business that she's doing for proof of income.
Okay, great. All right, so thanks, Anika, for your question. We have another question coming in from Omar in Savannah Lamar. Omar says, I have a savings account from I was in primary school. Does this mean that my account would still be active, or would I be required to open a new account?
No, your account will still be here as long as it wasn't closed out.
Right.
It's still here. It's dormant. Like we were mentioning before with the dormant account, you would just need to come into the location, any one of our VM locations, and find out what is required to get that account back up and running.
All
but
right.
the account will still be here with the same amount of money that was left in it.
Awesome. So what would he need to take into you to get that activated again?
Well, seeing that he has it from he was in primary school, he said.
Yes.
So basically he would need a full update. So he would need his 2 references, ID, TRN, proof of address. If it's the case where he's currently employed, we would ask for proof of income. Proof of income can be a recent pay slip or a job letter if they don't receive pay slip.
Right.
And like I mentioned, for self-employed persons, if they're self-employed, then we would need to know the type of business that they're operating. So at that point, we'd know what to ask them for proof of income for a self-employed person.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks. And thank you for your questions. Please share your questions with us, share your comments, share your feedback. We welcome them. And if there's anything that Stacy can answer, she can answer it on set. So we thank you again for joining us and sharing your lunchtime experience with us. We have a question here, Stacy. Someone is asking, how can I get a VM debit card and what are the benefits of having a VM debit card? Answer that for them.
Okay, so you can get a VM debit card at any of our VM locations. The benefits of having a VM debit card, you can use that debit card at any ATM machine. Does not have to be a VM ATM machine. Any ATM machine for free. You can swipe that card at any point of sale location for free. The only amount that will be taken from that card is the amount that you are using the card for, whatever transaction that is.
All right, great. And that word is free. The buzzword is free, and it means that you pay $0 for no matter how many transactions you use. All right, Stacy, I have here a question. I think I'm going to take this one. This question says, what are some of the features or some of the things you can do with my online banking access? So that's a question coming from Mrs. Robinson. Thank you for your question. I want to thank you for that question and raising the awareness to our listening and viewing audience. Online banking is a big deal for us here at the VM Group because online you can transact to over 10,000 banks locally and internationally. You can send monies across the ocean and it gets there within 24 hours. Same day experience for banks locally. Yes. You can pay up to 40 billers, up to 40 major billers here in Jamaica, and we don't charge you a cent for paying those bills online. So come payday, come the first of the month, log into your online banking platform and pay your bills, send your funds, pay your tuition fees because our major tertiary institutions are listed as billers as well, right? So those are some of the things you can do. If you don't yet have online banking, maybe you're like Omar who has to reactivate his account. As soon as you've reactivated your account, it takes just 3 minutes to register for online banking, right? And once you've logged in, you're good to go. All right, so thanks for your question, Mrs. Robinson, and I hope to see you online soon. There are some additional things that we are excited about here at the VM Group. You know, a number of you would have started your employment journey, and your employers would have said to you, employers would have said to you, you know, I only need a commercial bank to pay your salary. Now VM has changed that game. So now we are receiving salaries not just to employers are not just sending salaries to commercial banks only. They are now sending salaries to VM accounts because VM is now a part of the ACH network that facilitates salary payments. So the next time you step into a new place of employment, proudly tell them that you want to be paid through your VM account. That's a very big deal for us because we want to facilitate you on your journey to financial well-being. All right, so we do have your questions coming in, and thanks for sharing them with us. We have one question coming from on Instagram. It says, could a part-time, I think this one is for you, Stacy. It says, could a part-time self-employed person lodge earnings to a VMBS account to show proof of earnings and still have some of it saved towards the yearly amount to get the 3.5% interest rate? You want me to read that again?
Read it again, please.
Could a part-time self-employed person lodge his earnings to a VM savings account to show proof of earnings, right?
Yeah.
And still have some of it saved towards the yearly amount to get 3.5%. Is that possible?
Yes, that's possible.
Okay.
That's possible. So basically, let me see if I'm understanding.
Right.
So they're saying that they have a VM savings account. They lodge their part-time earnings to that savings account.
Right.
But they have an iSave for home as well. So some of it is being pulled for the iSave,
Right.
and the remainder is left.
Right.
Okay. Yes, they can.
All right. So that
can be used as well.
Great. So thanks. This is Amo. So it sounds like they'll be doing two things with the one activity. One, they're demonstrating.
They're demonstrating
earnings.
that they're earning
Yes.
X amount for the month, and they're also transferring to the iSave for home to get the benefits from the iSave.
Awesome.
Right.
Great. So again, thank you for your questions. We are pleased to be presenting to you this afternoon the journey towards your financial well-being, all the things that you need to consider as you make that important step towards home ownership. All right, Stacy, is there anything that you want to repeat or you want to highlight for
I just want to make mention of our FX trade. Once you have an FX account with us, we offer the best rate in conversion. So you can visit any of our VM location to open your FX account, and also to touch on online banking that you mentioned earlier. You can also convert between accounts. From your Jamaican account, you can convert to your US account online, and vice versa. So come on over and reactivate your account, open your FX account, open your iSave for home, get pre-qualified for your mortgage, get your auto loan, your unsecured loan, whatever it may be, we have it at the VM Group for you.
Awesome. Sounds like you're very much prepared for their journey, whatever stage of the journey they are.
Yes,
you are prepared to help them navigate.
And I'm excited to help them as well.
Awesome. All right. So we have other questions coming in. Thanks for sharing the questions and your feedback. We look forward to answering them on set. All right. So Stacy, I do have one more question here for you. The question says, if I need to update my dormant account, do I have to come into the branch? Is there any way that you can facilitate them outside of?
Well, I can facilitate them outside of them coming into the branch, but first they would need to know what they would need to reactivate the account.
Okay.
So what you can do, once you know what you need to reactivate the account, or you can connect with our member engagement team.
Right.
They can inform you as to what is needed to reactivate your account. You can have them email you the forms that you would need to complete. You can get those forms notarized, and you can mail it into any VM location.
And they can make an appointment to come to a branch of their choice.
Right, they can make an appointment to come to the branch.
Excellent.
As well.
All right, I think you would have sparked the interest of some persons. You will get some appointments.
I hope so.
Right. And
remember, I'm at the Ligony branch.
Okay, where's the Ligony branch again for those?
The Ligony branch is at the Post Mall.
Right.
That is 115 Hope Road. Right across, the Post Mall is right across from Sovereign Center. Most of you would be familiar with Sovereign Center. So it's that mall right across from Sovereign Center.
All right, great. So I think we would have shared quite a bit of information with our viewing and listening audience this afternoon. And you'll be getting a lot of calls, a lot of visits, I hope, because
I
there are
hope so
persons
too.
who needs to fuel their dream towards financial well-being. Thanks again for making it the VM Financial Fridays, the first Friday of the new month. Make this a Friday that's worth investing in your dream. Thanks for sharing with us this afternoon. We were pleased to present to you the lovely Stacy-Ann
Thank you for
Hamilton,
having me.
Financial Services Specialist from the Ligony branch, and she provided you with all the steps you need towards acquiring your home. And those steps are very important. Those documents are very important. And we look forward to reaching out to you. We look forward to receiving you through your appointments, through your visits. Stacy and the team will welcome you to the Ligony branch and all the other branches that we have serving you. This has been the Financial Friday, the first Friday edition of the VM Group, helping you to achieve your financial well-being.